Good evening, folks. Thanks for coming in. Start of yet another week. It's Monday, isn't it? See, last week I totally lost track of the days last week. We're thinking
Yeah.
Friday was Saturday and Sunday was Saturday and all that kind of stuff. But anyway, enough about me. Tonight we have returning Lee over there from the Boo Brothers. And you'll notice my chair. Got the Boo blanket on the chair.
Oh, spooky season.
Aye, I done that because you were coming on in honour of you. I didn't
Cheers.
realise. It's an old chair, so I'd use that to cover it up. Anyway, we have Lee with us. Lee was ways a while back, so it's kind of long overdue catch up, really. So how are we doing, buddy?
Yeah, we're doing great. Busy. Been a busy year. Busy last month. Hectic last month, should I say. Doing tours with Liz Cornell and Patty Negri.
Oh, Pat, we've had Patty on a few times.
Yeah, did a few investigations with them. Then obviously with the Haunted Museum in Stoke, we're just hectic, fully booked, chaos. So we're busy.
I think that's a good way to be, but we've been kind of quiet. We've not really done this much through, illness or weather or whatever.
Yeah.
You know how it is. You plan something and then something pops up, gets in the way, and it just doesn't happen. So what's Patty like? So we've had Patty on, I don't know, quite a few times, and she's really down to earth, and we've always got on well. But what's she like to in real life to investigate?
She's great. She's absolutely great. She's best way to describe it. Obviously, everyone sees her as a big celebrity. Ghost adventures, things like that. But she's not bothered about that. She's more bothered about how are you doing. She wants to know how you are, and
aye.
So it's like I say, she's down to earth, and obviously we've made great friends with her now. Already friends with Liz Cornell anyway. So yeah, we're still in touch with Patty quite a bit, and it was just a birthday the other day as well.
I seen that one. I'm sure I've seen it on Facebook. But I know what you mean. She is quite, because I think we first had her on, I don't know, a couple of years ago, and after I first contacted her, she says, I'd like to do a video call with you first. So, we obviously, I'd watched all her stuff and that, and you're sitting there thinking, I'm about to do a video call with Patty Negri. Sarah was with us as well at the time. And you think, Patty Negri, do you know what I mean? I'm going to do a video call with. And but a couple of minutes in, she said hello and we started talking, and she was really, really just down to earth.
Yeah, that's what's great about her. It's like anyone. Everybody's just a person.
She's amazing. Our wee girl, she's 8 years old, but she started up her own wee kind of Facebook page, TIH. Her name's Tayami.
Right.
And she wanted to interview people.
Yeah.
No on live. We just there's our Laura. And evening, dear. We just done it as a record only kind of thing on StreamYard. So says to her, she's, I'd love to talk to Patty. And so I mailed Patty and I says, listen, the wee one, I think she was 6 or 7 by this time. She's the wee one wants to do an interview with you. And I thought she'd say no, but she said, aye, sure. And, we set it up and she was on, and the wee one was asking her what's her favourite colour and stuff. Have you ever seen a ghost and stuff like that? And Patty was fantastic with her. She was absolutely, brilliant with her. And that's the thing. I was talking to, how's John Ozuna was talking to, you get these people who are big names in the paranormal and stuff on TV. But at the end of the day, when you start talking to them, yourself, you start talking to them and they're just normal people. Take away the glamour and the Hollywood, and
that's it. That's it. And she doesn't have an ego. Like all your other paranormal big wigs, shall we call them. She doesn't have an ego or anything like that, which is great.
The paranormal experts, you mean international stars and stuff?
Yeah, I tried avoiding that.
Who shall remain nameless? Know what I mean?
Yeah, that's it. That's it.
I hate folk like that. See folk that are so much up their own backside. That's because T is going to take over PIH someday. She's a wee spook, so perfect for the job. She's 8 years old and she's broken.
Yeah.
She's a massive Saw fan. See the Saw films?
Yeah. Yeah.
She's a massive Saw fan with all the blood and guts and stuff like that.
That's it. It's like our daughter, she's 7, and we're actually doing our annual Halloween party this weekend. And she's going as Jigsaw because she loves the Saw and stuff like that. And now she's asking questions about the paranormal as well. So, but for me, she's too young to start investigating.
Well, I took your little one out during the day. I took her to a graveyard here Saturday afternoon. I took her out and just farted about, basically. You know.
Yeah.
Need to show the picture of her. I don't know how to do that, Laura. It's me you're speaking to. I'll send it to Lee.
Yeah.
We dressed her up as Billy last year. You know, the Jigsaw puppet.
Yeah. That's what our daughter's going as this year.
You need to send
this Saturday.
I mean, a lot of folk would put it down, but you know, see, I took the wee one out to a local graveyard, and it was a sunny afternoon, and we were just farting about basically. But she was right into it.
Yeah.
We never do anything, you know. But she was kind of right into it, and see the Saw film. We cost his Mandalore on about 2 months ago. Detective Hoffman for the Saw film.
Yeah.
And the wee one was buzzing. She was out of the moon. I said, you can't come on and say hello to him, but I'll get him to say hello to you. You know, and so he did, you know, he said hello to her. And that made her night. She was like, oh, guy, if he saw said hello to me, kind of thing. But I know a lot of people say you shouldn't get your kids into paranormal until they're maybe 16, you know, whatever. Anytime she's in the car, she points out the graveyard stays. She does.
Yeah.
In fact, it was her birthday last year. Well, it's her birthday every year, but last year was her birthday. Sarah was working, so I says to her, right, what do you want to do? It's your birthday, just you and me. Where do you want to go? Do you want to go to Sopley? She says, no, I want to go to a graveyard.
Yeah.
Happy birthday. It's your birthday, you know, Sopley. There's a cafe and stuff. But no, I want to go to a graveyard. So I ended up taking it to a graveyard on my birthday.
Yeah. Wow.
There's no much, and even when we are out in the car, she'll point out there's you know, some kids will point out a swing park or something like that. When she points out there's a graveyard that I said, can we go in?
That's it. That's it. And I mean, for me, yeah, it's too young. And I've already said, you know, because obviously we run investigations, and it's always over 18. So I've told her, you know, she won't be investigating until she's 18, and I'll stick by that.
Aye. Well, see, that everybody's got a different point of view. She's done a couple of well, she gets a K2 and that out sometimes in here, and she'll put them on the flare. And, you know, if there's anybody there, you can come and talk to me. You know, I'll be your friend. And it's a kind of harmless side. We don't take her to graveyards in the middle of the night and stuff like that.
So totally understand that, yeah.
So we'll let her just tinker about her own pace, basically.
Yeah, and I mean, like, our daughter, she's always looking at the equipment we've got. You know, when we're building something new, she's watching, and she's like, "Oh, what's that do?" I'm like, "Oh, well, this is a spirit portal. You know, this is how we talk to people." And yeah, she's interested in it in that way, and she will end up investigating. I know she will when she's older.
I think her way of one will be the same. Once she's old enough, she'll be out there, you know, checking about graveyards or castles or, you know, wherever, really. So your investigations and your events recently, where have they kind of been and centred around?
In what way? Where have we been this year?
Aye.
Where we've been this year? started off the year at Craigienos down in South Wales. Then we went to Hay Castle. That was one weekend, which had never been investigated before. So that was an interesting place. We've been Bronygarth, Shrewsbury Prison, Galleries of Justice. We've been to a few this year, and trying to reel them all off the top of my head, it's going to be difficult. But we've started planning now for 2025.
We have no
Yeah, we have. We've planted. We've got one venue already booked. We're not releasing the dates or the name of it yet. We're gonna give that a couple of weeks because we've just started a subscription part of Boo Brothers. So we're going to basically get rid of the website side of things to book the tickets and things like that, because we had a system on there which was get a monthly newsletter of where we're up to, what's going to be coming up in the future, but the system didn't work. So we're basically going to do a subscription where they'll get a live update similar to how we're talking now. Every month they'll be getting, like I say, live updates, what we've got planned. If they're a subscriber, they will get priority tickets, so they could book it 3-4 weeks before we even release it. But it won't just be for that one subscriber. If they've got a team, they can book the whole team through it as well. And also they'll get discounts and live investigations. We're gonna do private live investigations. I remember last time we spoke, we won't go down that route of YouTube and things like that. We're still not going down that route. It will just be for subscribers only, and they'll be able to come and join us as well on these private investigations as well. So that's the route we're going down with that now.
You hit the 5K. I mean, see that you hit the 5K. Well done on that.
Yeah, thank you. Something that we never thought we'd do, but we have. We've hit it.
So how did it feel when you hit the big 5?
To be fair, we can't thank everyone enough for it. Like I say, we never thought we'd do it. You know, just a normal team investigating, trying to find out evidence. But because we hit the 5K, it felt good, and we have given something back now to the supporters and followers. We did give 6 places to an investigation with us at the Haunted Museum in Stoke. So they will be coming to investigate with us. And Craig and Jem, who own the museum as well. So we're all going to do a big investigation there. And that's a big thank you to everyone who supported us and followed us from the start as well.
It is I know we're getting sidetracked there, but you know your shows, you always do sidetrack and then they get back around the right.
Yeah.
I remember seeing on Facebook the other day, and I said, we're getting there. We're 300 behind you.
Yeah. To be fair, it's hard work for us. You know, we don't do lives. You know, we don't do lives. All we do is investigate, and we'll run one investigation where people can come and join us and do their own investigations with us. We only do one of them a month, so it's difficult for us to get that 5K, but we've done it, and hopefully they'll stay with us till the end, if there ever is an end for us.
That's something I've been asked a couple of times. You know, when are you going to? You know, he's planning wrapping it up, and I said, well, no, you know, there's no plans to call it a day. You know, as long as you enjoy what you're doing, which obviously you and I both do, and you know the rest of your team and your team as well. We enjoy what we're doing, so why stop? Do you know what I mean?
That's it. But I mean, sometimes you think, why am I doing this? You know, because because we can go down that route again of toxic people, things like that in the paranormal. And hello, man. So yeah, sometimes I thought to myself, do you know what? I'm just gonna call it a day. Get rid of all the equipment. Let's just go. Call it a day. I can't be asked anymore.
Mhm.
But
No,
everybody has days like that. Everybody has days like that.
we've been there as well. You think, is it worth it and all the rest of it? But then the other side of the coin, you think, well, wait a minute, we've been doing this for X amount of time, and everybody's worked hard on it. Why should we put all that in the bucket just
That's
because
it.
some people, don't like us or whatever the reason might be?
That's it.
You think, why should we throw everybody's hard work down the pan? And and the other side again is all the friends that you make, including yourself.
Bang
You know,
on.
the amount of people that you meet, even doing these podcasts.
Yeah.
I mean, I've lost count of the amount of people we've met over the years, and you think, well, you'd have all these people saying, where have you been? Where have you went? Why are you chucking it in? And so, it's
That's
not
it.
worth
Like you say, meeting people. That's probably one of the best things it's done for us. As a team, we've met other teams, we've collaborated with other teams, and you do get to meet some really good people, and
Mhm.
that's what makes you think, do you know what? Like you say, I'm not going to throw it away.
No, we've met. Well, we're still to meet you guys, but that'll come in the future. Don't worry.
Yeah, yeah.
We will
Well,
hook up.
we've been offered to do some investigations up in Scotland.
Oh, have you really? Where?
We have, yeah, we have. Is it Jedburgh Jail or Jedburgh Castle?
Jedburgh Castle. Aye, that's meant to be a good one.
Yeah, we've been asked to investigate there. Where else? Is it Bannock?
I love
remember.
when an Englishman tries to say this. Go on, give it a go. I know what you're talking about, but I just want to hear you say it.
I've actually forgotten the name. I know it's something like Bannock House or something like that. I can't remember.
Bannockburn House.
That's the one. Yeah.
It's just where the famous battle was, Bannockburn.
Yeah. So yeah, we have been asked to investigate up in Scotland. So you never know. You never know what's on the cards for next year. That's all I'm saying. Not giving away too much.
No, I don't give away too much. I'm not giving anything because we've got sod all planned as yet. Obviously, we're carrying on with our Wallace trail. Obviously, we'll be doing that and investigating. But we've not got anything set in stone for. Well, we're meant to be doing. I always pronounce this wrong. Derby Gaol.
Oh, Derby Jail.
Derby Jail.
Yeah.
I think that's in January, 15th of January. I think that is with Jenny Dunn for Supernatural UK.
Right. Yeah, that's not too far from us. It's about an hour away from us.
We're meant to be going down there. I've still to hear back. So I know she was in hospital for bits and pieces, but so we know we're doing that. And I'm sure it's the 15th.
Are you doing it with Richard?
Richard, I don't know actually. She's not gave me a lot of details. I know she's not been great health wise,
right.
But I know it's with him, and I know he's there quite often. So I dare say there's a chance he might be there, and sober, maybe.
Yeah. I don't know. Every time I've seen people take pictures there, he's got a drink in his hand.
Oh, we had him on the show one night. Must be about 3 years ago or something. We had him on the show, and before we went live, he's like, "Do you mind if I have a drink?" So I thought he meant juice or something like that, Coke or something. I said, "Oh, you carry on, Richard. On you go." And it was with glasses like that. It was whiskey. So, and then glug, 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 glug. See, by the end of the show, he was hammered. We were only on for about an hour, or just no much more than an hour. He was pasted at the end of the show, but it was funny, but because every 10, 15 minutes you heard glug, 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 glug.
Yeah.
And then he carry on talking.
Yeah. It's only apple juice.
That's what I thought he meant, Coke or something. I don't have a drink you want. Bottle of JD or whatever the hell it was, right?
Yeah.
But
Oh,
it was a good. We had a good chat. So hopefully he'll be there because I was a fan of that program way back in the day.
mm,
Obviously not anymore.
yeah,
But Richard he was always a guy that interested me. He was the only guy on that show that I could sit and listen to for hours.
yeah,
The knowledge and just the way he tells the history and that you could sit and so when I managed to get him on the show, I was at the moon with it. Richard Felix,
yeah.
and so hope fingers crossed he will
He'll be there.
there. So that castle you did, you said nobody had investigated it before. This is
Yes.
something I've spoken about on shows before. How did that investigation go?
Um, very interesting. Very interesting. We had quite a lot of activity. Apparently, this castle, just a quick history, the castle was built overnight by a young lady making a deal with the devil.
Mm-hmm.
And so apparently, this castle got built overnight. And yeah, it was a very interesting investigation, especially when the lift, because part of it has been modernized. So there was a lift that kept going up and down on its own, and there was only us in the building. And the emergency bell. Now, if you're stuck in there, you press it, and it comes to a telecom thing.
Mm-hmm.
That kept going off, and it's never done that. Even the woman on site said that's never done that, but it kept ringing. So somebody answered it and put EVP next to it, and they got someone laughing down the headset, which
Right.
was quite interesting. It sounded like a little boy who was laughing. So it was a good capture, really.
It's where you get the captures. But I mean, the reason I was asking about Castle is because we've found that places that haven't been done, like Caldwell, we did about 3 years ago, there was very, very little paranormal history to this place. And we couldn't find any other team that had done this location, but we get loads of activity there. And
Yeah,
I always feel, if you go to a place that's never been investigated, the spirits, whoever's there, I'm the way of thinking that they're turning and saying, "Oh, well, hold on, people have came to see us.
yeah,
Let's go and talk to them," because nobody
yeah.
ever talks to us.
That's it. That's it. And sometimes it might go the opposite way as well. They're like, why are these people here at this time? And what are all these lights they've got? And what are they holding? And, sometimes it's like when people say, can you go to the REM pod? They won't understand. For me, anyway, they might not understand the term REM pod.
Aye.
So what we've started to do, or what we're going to start to do, is we're going to start making some old, ancient, whatever you want to call it, equipment. So what they could trigger. So the different periods of what they might have had. So like an old telephone,
Mm-hmm.
or things like that. That's what we're going to start to do as well. Try and disguise, shall we say, the equipment instead of just all these modern,
See, I, t-
like
I
REM
totally,
pods.
I totally get that 100%, and I totally agree with it. I've said time and time again that I think basic investigating. I'm not telling anybody how to investigate, and
No, no, no.
everybody's got their own way of working. Some folk love all the tech and stuff like that. That's fair play. But I always feel that if you're maybe dealing with a spirit for the 17th, 18th century, 19th century, even as well, they don't have a clue what you've
Mhm.
got.
Yeah,
And as you say, all the lights. That's why we like say REM pods, the K2. I always just say, the black
go to the
box.
light. Yeah,
You know,
yeah,
if you touch this black box here, because everybody knows what a box is, you know.
yeah.
I mean, I mind watching one guy. It was way when we first started. This guy was a cabbage for Edinburgh. Seriously, this guy was. He was out in Saturn's rings. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he went to Greyfriars, and he must have took about 2 years setting up. Or you ever been to Greyfriars?
No.
No. There's in Greyfriars a load of tombs basically, but they're open. You know, the gates have gone, the roof's all gone.
Yeah.
And so they're just with basic rooms. And he was in one of these and took about 2 hours to set up all his stuff. And it looked like a spaceship the time they'd done it with all the lights and they get silts, nothing. It was so funny, you know. And well, if you've got all these lights and you've got a spirit for maybe 1560 or something like that, and you're looking at all these, they're just going to think witchcraft and I'm off.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're out that door. And
yeah, I agree with that. Yeah.
I mean, you get the thing that I find funny is you get these, they disrespect again. The guy in the dress with SAS commandos, you know,
Yeah.
and the vest on and all the stuff, and they go,
Yeah.
they look like they're going to invade Kuwait or something like that.
That's it. But like we say, you know, I'm one of the tech guys. I love all the new stuff that comes out. I have to have it. I do. I have to have it. And like you say, if we get this newer tech and we put it into something, like we say, older, you know, something that they can relate to, like something that could be a trigger object or something like that. So just all little things like that we're thinking about as well for the future.
That's it. I know, but you know, it's all trial and error.
Yeah.
You know, Laura in the chat, she's one of your team. She's come up with quite a good wee idea that we're going to try the next time we go up to the farm at Lauder. I'm not going to say where it is, obviously, but she's come up with quite a good wee idea. And it might work or it might not work. You know, I mean, we tried the compass as well. That's no work yet, but it's who's to say it's not going to work in the future. So as you're saying, we all your bits of tech to, you know, tweak them and whatever. It's all trial and error. You don't know, do you?
No, that's part of the investigation side of things as well.
You know, you say you could sit there for your 4 or 5 years and get absolutely nothing.
That's it.
I think it's still enjoyable. I don't know about you.
I find it fascinating if we don't get anything. I'll be honest. Only because, like we say, you might be going to somewhere where the public don't get access to, but you do because you're doing a paranormal investigation there. So you get to go to these parts of a building that the public don't even get to see, or only staff get to go in there, and you're like looking round, and it's wow. Some of the buildings that we've been to, and you just think that's like hundreds of years old, that brickwork there, or that architecture, and
aye.
Sometimes it's mind blowing, especially with the history we've got over here.
There's a lot of people don't understand that, but I totally get it. You know, and Sarah and Laura as well. We all totally get it. Just the building, the brickwork, the carving, and you know, or even it's going to sound stupid, you know, but there's a place up here, Hunterston Castle. We did it. We covered the unveiling of the Wallace Oak in it last year, I think, and we went down a couple of weeks before it just to organise where we're going to film it for. And I was lucky enough, one of the tour guys gave me a tour around the castle.
Yeah.
And it's hundreds of years old. But we went up the stairs and there was these wee iron hinges sticking out the wall. And she was saying that's the original hinges.
Yeah.
The doors. You know, and you think it might just be a bit of iron. But somebody put that here 500-600 years ago.
That's it.
You know,
and it's still here in that condition, and
it's still sticking out that wall.
That's it. And yet nowadays you can't even fill in a pothole in a road without it coming back up.
2 weeks later, there's a crater's back in it. you know, and it also makes you wonder how they built it. I mean, take like say, I'm getting really historical here now, but like say, I don't know if you've been to Hampton Court.
Yes.
You've been to Hampton Court.
Yeah.
I mean, that was built back in the 1500s with Cardinal Wolsey, you know.
Mm.
And if you look at Hampton Court, the design, how it was laid out, you know, you're like, how did they do it?
It's fascinating, isn't it? You know,
You know,
you could go even further back than that. The pyramids.
pyramids is I've always been fascinated by the pyramids. How did they?
That's it. So
Even, I mean, even Stonehenge.
Stonehenge, there's another one.
I watched a documentary a long time ago now. It was engineers that were trying to recreate Stonehenge.
Right.
Using what they think the people would have had back then. And these guys, I mean, these guys were educated, you know,
Yeah.
up to there. They gave up. They said, we cannot do this.
Right.
You know, and these were guys from Oxford or wherever with top
Yeah.
engineering degrees, and they'd built skyscrapers, you know, all the rest of it.
Yeah.
And they so we can't do it. We don't know how they did it.
Wow.
And you think, well, Stonehenge is what, a couple of thousand years old, or I don't know, something like that.
Yeah.
It's quite old. So
Yeah.
you're talking back then, they would have had maybe ropes and bits of wood.
Yeah. And
And
we can't do it using the same as what they had, but we're more educated than them.
but as you say, the pyramids, I've watched a few documentaries on the pyramids, and it's fascinating how did they build them? You know, how did they manage to carve the stone so that you
Yeah.
can't fit a bank card between two bricks?
That's it. And I think that's going to be one of them life wonders, isn't it? That we'll never know, I don't think.
I know we're getting off the paranormal, but you know, well, we did it.
Yeah.
Well, it is history as well, I suppose, isn't it? But
So
a lot of people don't appreciate it. They go into an old castle and say, right, oh, aye, this is nice, you know.
yeah,
And away they go.
that's it. And it's like some places where we've been, and you look, say, for instance, there's Galleries of Justice in Nottingham. Okay, people will probably go through the courtyard, investigate. Yeah, if you walk alongside the yard, if you look in the brickwork, you can actually see somebody scratched in the brick how many days they've been here. And I've
I
never
know
noticed that until the last time we went and we got told about it. And all the
that,
little tally marks.
that you think that, you know, the person who did that, what
Yeah,
happened to them?
that's it.
You know, did they ever leave, or did they end up at the end of a rope? Or,
Yeah,
you know, it's the same as the Tower of London. You know, you get into the Tower of London, and you get into what used to be the cells, and you're still, all right, it's covered by perspex, but you've got the graffiti in there
yeah,
dating back to Henry VIII times,
yeah,
you know, of people that were held in the Tower of London, and you're standing there looking at this stuff, you think, these, you know, going back to Anne Boleyn and times and stuff like that, these were people who actually stood and carved their names in it, and it's still here to and you can read, you know, there's a few names you can't read, but you can read the majority of it,
yeah.
you know, and
And it just fascinates with stuff like that, especially like say when you're in a paranormal investigation and it might be a bit flat, bit quiet. So yeah, we do get that side of it as well, don't we? As investigators, you get the
I
side of what people might not be able to see, what the paying public might not be able to get to see.
as with some of the state, no doubt you've got them doing there as well. We've got a couple of stately homes we've done up here. Dalker, Harlan, Caldwell, two of them about designed by the same guy. And, you know, Caldwell never ever let us do an investigation wise. We did have sort of quiet times, but there was always something. But even, you know, the way these houses were built, and again, the brickwork, you know, the stonemasonry in the place, and if you're sitting and you're getting nothing on the K2 or whatever, You're still sitting in the boot, and your mind does go back.
Mm.
You know.
Yeah, it's happened a few times that where you just think, oh, I wonder what they were doing when they were doing that, or I wonder what they were thinking of, or just little things like that do tend to pop into my head every now and then when you're investigating.
Here's a question. Do you think that when that happens, if you're sitting there saying you think, well, this was built, in 1560, and you're looking at this, do you think maybe because you're casting your mind back, I'm trying to ask this the right way. I know what I mean up here.
Yeah.
You're casting your mind back to that period, that whatever spirits are about are maybe more tempted to come forward because they realize that you're trying to put yourself in their place.
I've never actually thought of that. Yeah, I know what you mean, but I've never actually thought of it like that. Possibly. Could possibly work.
I'm not saying you get into a trance or anything like that.
No, I know what you mean.
If you're admiring some kind of stonework or something, could that maybe tempt the spirits, not maybe not the first time, but you might need to go back a few times, whatever. Because there's that element of trust, I think.
Yeah, possibly. It could possibly work, yeah.
There's another thing, I see I'm not just good looking, Lee. I do get ideas every now and again. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's sometimes the most simplest thing might work.
Mm.
And do you reckon maybe sometimes that's what spirit's looking for? They're just wanting you to be simple and basic.
Yeah. Sometimes it works the best.
But to say you can sit for 4 or 5 hours and get nothing, but we still have a good night.
Mm.
Again, all these TV shows that show within 40 minutes of headstones flying across the place and tables twirling in the air and all the rest of it, spirits farting in your face and stuff.
Yeah.
And also they need to do that, but I think you still have a good night if nothing happens, because you've been out, you've done what you love doing. It's always that anticipation that you don't know. That's a bit I enjoy.
Yeah, totally agree. And also it's your team members as well, or who you're investigating with. That makes the night more enjoyable as well.
Mm-hmm.
So, like I say, good company, good venue. If you think about it, good company, good venue. Something happens, it's a bonus.
That's it.
That's it.
So that last investigation we done, so you watched, it was on Facebook, and they just didn't want to speak to me, basically.
That's it. It's pretty much like me.
You feel kind of left out, but don't you? You need to actually talk to me. So I ended up, as you seen, with the guy, one of the guys that owns the farm. He'd heard a woman's voice down the bottom of the hill during the day. So I ended up taking the phone and going for a wander. But as I say, I get nothing, not a squat. Yeah. But the girls, they were up in the barn, and they did really well, the two of them.
Right.
And so maybe they just, it was a bit of a weird one. I don't know if you watched it or no.
I watched quite a bit of it, yeah.
See, we had the vape thing. I don't know what your thoughts on that vape thing was.
It's fascinating. I can't debunk it. So I don't know if anyone else can or not.
As I said before, if somebody else could debunk it, that's fair enough. But it was weird, And then we got, obviously, I took a walk and I had the camera, so anybody who was watching didn't know what was going on in the barn.
Yeah.
And when I was away, the girls were using the Spirit Talker, and they got the name Harriet on the Spirit Talker. And then when I came back up to the barn, one of the women who was watching the chat, she says, "I'm getting the name Harriet." Now this lassie had no idea. There's no way she could have known what the girls were getting because I wasn't there. And then we found out about a week later, the owner texts us and says, "Look, we've done some digging, and the previous owner's daughter was called Harriet.
Yeah.
But she's still alive." So we started thinking, well, Harriet would have played there as a child, probably.
Mm.
So would the spirits actually asking for Harriet?
Possibly.
You know, that was weird. It was weird.
Or could she have been named after someone called Harriet who passed away?
Here, that's an idea. That is, I never thought of that one. As I say, I get pushed. So it was just, it was just one of these weird investigations. We were getting stuff happening, but it wasn't anything major.
Yeah.
You know, I know the girls asked a few questions and they got answers more or less straight away in relation to what they were asking.
Right.
You know, and it's when you get wee bits and pieces like that, you think, you know, well, obviously we're going to go back up again. I think that's what makes your night when you get something that you can't explain.
Yeah, totally agree with that.
And you go home. Good point. Spirits don't know. You go home and it just goes running your head.
Yeah.
And you start thinking maybe what could have caused it. But I felt left out. You know, I felt, do you never feel that way? What's wrong with me? You're like this.
Yeah, that's it. It does sometimes though. It's like if there's children spirits, you know, they might have been abused or something by the dad or whatever, and I normally get ignored. Yet Sarah and Lynn will get the activity, or she'll start answering their questions because I might have reminded her of her dad or things like that. So it does happen quite a lot that I do get ignored. Not just by the dead either.
But Sarah and everybody else just ignores you. I know the feeling, you know. I know the feeling, young man. But the next time I says to the girl, I says, what we're going to do next time is I'll just, you know, I'll be the cameraman.
Yeah.
So I think I'll just no say a word, and I'm going to. Laura's going to do a lone vigil in that barn because that's part of the original barn. So Laura's going to do a lone vigil in there herself, see if you get anything. But I'm just going to let the girls do the investigation, and I'll just hold the camera.
Yeah.
And see what happens because they seem more interested talking to females than they males, which is we had that in the Covenanters prison a while back. We were told basically they didn't want to talk to me; they wanted to talk to a woman.
Right.
You know, and so you've got to. I know you probably get some teams out there say, "Well, no, you know what? I'm here, so you'll talk to me."
Yeah.
You know, but I don't think that's the way to kind of go about it.
No, like I say, you can all go down to the way people investigate, can't you? You know, it's not one way of doing investigations, however, but we always say respect the building, respect whatever's inside the building. You know, I wouldn't want anyone coming in my house that's telling me, right, you're talking to me.
Aye.
I'm here. So
it's the same as, I don't know if you've done it, we've done a couple of times. If you're getting, you know, activity, and then you say, right, if you do that once more time, we'll leave you alone. And they do it, and so you wind up, and people say, why are you winding it up?
Yeah.
You know, if you're getting activity, why did you not stay?
Yeah.
So, the simple fact is that we've told that person that we're going to go.
Yeah.
And so if we stay, then that's breaking the trust with them.
Yeah, of course it is.
You know, the next time we go, that person might say, that's that guy who lied to me before.
Yeah, I'm not going to do anything for him again now.
I'm not going to do. I'm not doing nothing for him because he
Yeah,
lied to me the last time. And some folk might say that's daft, but who's to say that's not the case?
that's it. Until that's the whole point of investigations, finding out, do they remember you? You know, I do believe that they will remember people, but people will say he's lying, he's full of crap or whatever. But no, that's my opinion. I believe that spirits will remember you.
I think they do remember us. We at Loudon Kirkyard, my name's come up so many times,
Yeah,
and I think we've had there's Sarah as well, there's Scott, I think, pardon me, Laura as well. So when you get your names coming through on EVPs or the necrophony, whatever, then they do
yeah,
remember you because they're still people. They're still got the capacity to learn, to remember.
yeah,
And so I think that's a good thing because it's a better way of building up trust if they remember you.
yeah. And like say, investigating documentation of your investigations. That's it's the only way you can prove if or get some sort of proof or evidence if spirits do remember things. And
Aye,
that's the whole point of why I'm guessing we're all in it to investigate, to find out things like that.
that's it. I mean, we're not trying to shove the paranormal down people's throats or whatever. 99% of places your name is called or that is my name seems to be quite popular. Apart from in the barn, that's the 1%. I was blind. But my name seems to come up quite a wee bit.
Yeah,
I don't know why. We think we've got one wee girl who might be my daughter. Because our older daughter in the 1990s, we think it's my daughter that's came through.
right.
We've had a couple of things. Just quickly, we did an investigation at Stair, and every investigation we do, we always feels a little girl there follows us about. I felt it quite strong in the vaults. I felt if there was somebody sitting on my leg, my left knee. And so at Stair, I says, if this is you, can you tell me what toy I used to put in your bed at night time? And we get nothing. I say, well, can you tell me what colour the toy was? And we get back through. Everybody heard there was came back through. I said green.
Right.
And that came through twice. Well, my daughter had a wee toy Rex for Toy Story.
Oh yeah.
And I used to put that in her bed every night.
Right.
And Rex is green.
Yeah.
And it came back through the app straight away green.
Right.
And there was another time I did a lone walk in the Kirkyard and I get my sleeve pulled twice. This left sleeve. And so one of the investigations we did back at Acid, can you tell me who it was that pulled my sleeve? That night I came here myself. Who was it? And we got it on an EVP. It was me, Daddy.
Wow.
And, played it over and over again. And you can hear it quite plain. Rosie Cardi was there as well for the Ghoul Gang. Her and Andrea were up.
Yeah.
And they had it was me, Daddy. Now, if somebody can debunk that for me, then fire in.
Yeah. Wow.
It's they love me and Sarah in the barn. That's unusual. We only have that at Caldwell. Caldwell, the spirits tended to lean more towards Laura and Sarah than they did me.
Yeah.
And it was the same in the barn. But it's a it's a mixed bag. You just don't know.
Yeah, that's it, and it doesn't matter when you go. It's always different every time.
As in these, we've done investigations during the day as well. I know a lot of people. I mean, we like doing it at night because it's more atmospheric and stuff like that. More spooky.
Yeah.
But spirits don't. I don't think spirit knows day for night. They don't. They don't day shift and night shift kind of thing.
No, I don't think they do. It's like say, there's places that are more active during the day. this place that more active at night. You know, so
do you think that could be maybe because, you know, say for instance, it was an old mill you were investigating and you get more activity during the day? Do you think maybe that's because during the day was its busiest time?
Might be residual energy there. Could be.
You know, and obviously nighttime there was nobody there. Maybe a caretaker or something, security guard or whatever. And maybe that's because it's more active during the day than it is at night.
Makes sense. Or it would make sense.
You know, or vice versa. If you get a paper mill, I'd say a paper mill. I don't know why I'm saying paper mill, but a mill that would operated at night. Hence, you get more activity at night than you do during the day. It's a theory, but as you say, we don't know, do we?
No.
You know, and we can all tie in our own thinking, you know, our own theories. We can make it work into the scenario, you know, as a lot of teams tend to do. But it could be totally wrong.
Yeah.
You know,
could be.
There's Laura's saying, I live with a dead dog and cat. They're here all the time. We see them all. We see them, all three of us. Even tease her daughter.
Yeah.
I lost 2 pets that are still kind of wandering about. There was Laura husband and her daughter there in the house, and her daughter stays there, you know, every now and again. And they've all witnessed it. What about, you know, have you ever had spirits of animals come through, or no speaking to you, but you know?
I've not had one personally, but I've been with people on investigations where they've had. I've had a dog, and when somebody went to pick up the equipment off the floor, they said they felt like a dog lick the hand, as well as this medium said there's a dog there. And they were literally like going, you know, as if a dog licked the hand. It was weird. It was a weird investigation. But yeah, I've seen people say that they've seen a dog, cat, and things like that. I've not heard a cat, but I can't give too much away about that. But a lot of people have heard this cat at a certain location where we do investigate. Quite a lot, but I've not heard it yet.
Obviously, the cat, the dog don't know they're passed over. I doubt very. I don't know. It's just my way. I'm not saying cats and dogs are thick. Well, our cats are thick at times. You know, we'd one cat used to run into walls and close doors. He'd just run into them head first, bang. And why are you doing that? You know. Or the way, you know, they'll wait till you shut the door, then they want in. The usual kind of stuff that cats do. You know, stupid ass stuff. But do you think animals realise that they have passed over?
I think they've got to. You know, I think they're going to be the same as us. Only because surely to God they won't be following people all the time, and not like a dog or a cat would. You know, they must know if they try and jump up at someone and they don't react or something like that. But who knows? Who knows?
That's true enough. I never see. That's one thing I love about the paranormal. There's that many different questions.
Oh, there's billions. There's billions of questions.
As you say, there's billions, and it doesn't just relate to people. You know, it can relate to animals as well.
That's
it. Do you still get horses running about fields and stuff like that? And I mean, we did. Laurel, correct me if I'm wrong here. We did an investigation with Spig and paranormal penny punches. They were up here. We went to Loudon Kirk. Now, Loudon Kirk sits in the middle of the countryside.
Yeah.
And there are stables near it, but the stables are about a quarter of a mile away. But there's a field directly behind the Kirk. and somebody there was with our group says they either heard or they seen a horse in that field.
Right.
There's never been horses in that field, ever.
Right.
We asked the guy that owns the farm, and he says, no, there was geese and chickens or something like that. He says, there's never any horses been doing that field, but this person swears blind they either saw or heard. Laura will tell us. She's got a better memory. My memory sucks.
Yeah.
So, you know, well, after they did see a horse, was it residual? Was it a spirit horse? You know, some people might laugh at it, fair enough. But if we can manifest in some way after we pass over, who's to say that animals can't do it?
Mm.
You know, I might be talking gibberish. I don't know.
No, but that, like we say, that's going back to the same old question, isn't it? You know, there's millions of questions out there, billions.
And then one, you know, you get one question, you answer it, but then the answer leads to another question.
That's it.
Say that again. I had to pout. Should go to the loo. When we did Loudon with penny pinchers and Spig, Laura, do you remember somebody saying, I can't remember who, but somebody saying something about they seen a horse or they heard a horse in that field right behind the kirkyard where there's never any horses? Yeah, she was in the loo. She said, I was a wee proud of my nose. No, you weren't. You were on the throne, basically. Admit it, woman. You know what I mean? But I know we've had you on before. I've not asked you about your team yet, actually, because obviously I know about them, but everybody's used no seen you before. Had they heard a horse?
They heard a horse.
So was it possibly a spirit horse? Champion the Wonder Horse? I don't mind that programme. No, you might be too young, actually. Champion the Wonder Horse, Saturday morning.
I don't remember that.
My dad told me about it, actually. She was better. I know you were, Davey, you're proud on your nose. My dad told me about that programme.
All right.
I was with that size back then. I say, I know we've had you on before, but the before watching who haven't seen you before and met you before, whatever. You don't want to tell them. I should have done this at the start, actually. Shows you how good I am with these things.
Don't worry about it.
I mean, we've done over 500 of these, and you think I'd learn, but no, you won't do. You know, that field, it's chickens that are in that field, no horses. But somebody, one of them says, I just heard a horse. There's no any horses out there. They were adamant they heard this horse. Now I know it's in the middle of the countryside, so but there's no. You'd need to go to this place to know what I'm talking. There's no, you know, there's no horses about the place.
Right.
Anyway, try again. Aye, you think I'd learn? Hey ho, you don't, do you? So, tell us about the Boo Brothers. Actually, I know it's a bit back to front, but however, we go.
So yeah, we're a team of 4. So you've got myself, my fiance now, Sarah, Sarah's mum, which is Lynn, and we've got my uncle Derek. We're a team of 4. What are we now? 15 years investigating now, and we're basically run events, team shares once or twice a month, hopefully for 2025. But we do, like we say, go and investigate on our own before we decide if we're going to do a team share at a venue, because we've been to places before where it's active here, it's really haunted. We've been there 3 or 4 times, just the team, and we've not had anything happen at all. So yeah, we do make sure that it is worth team sharing. Also, when we do these investigations, we do not make a penny. We do not make money. We're not down for the making money side of things. It is basically the cost of the venue, and we'll split it between all of us. and that's the way we work. Because, like I say, these big places are expensive. You know, your massive places. Some of them you're looking at nearly £2,000.
Aye.
So we get a team of people that we know, or teams that want to come and join us. We just basically split that £2,000 between the teams, and you don't get babysat, and off you go. Do your own investigation. Just look out for each other's equipment and be wary of each other. That's all we do.
I think that's the best way to do it. I mean, need disrespect to other teams, but I've watched some teams do live. What's Laura saying? Hold on. Why is that doing? Great live, guys. Really enjoyed it. Hopefully, see you soon, young man, and no doubt I'll hear for you tomorrow. Petal. Sorry, Gaff. Aye. It's Laura. She's one of your teams. She's a pal, a friend as well. We've known her for far too long. I mean, I'm only saying that because you can probably still hear me. No, we've known her for, I don't know, 5, 6 years, something like that. I don't know. It's been a while anyway. And she'll cause me petal in our court. It's a kind of running joke, you know what I mean? But as I was saying, it's I watched some teams do events. And we'd looked at doing events a couple of years ago, but it was too much hassle for us because we're just lazy. Basically, we couldn't be annoyed with it. So we thought, stuff that, no doing it. Too much crap involved. And plus you need to speak to people and stuff like that. You know, I don't like doing that. I'm not a gabber. But I watched one, I'm not going to name them, but they do events and to bring all these people along, and the majority of the night is spent with them using or them showing how to use other K2s and stuff, and the public don't get a look in. They're just standing around the outside of the room, you know, like a classroom being taught by the teacher.
Yeah.
And these cabbages will be like that. Oh, this is a K2 meter, and oh, look, we've got a spirit here and stuff like that, you know. And I think that's just wrong. I think you guys have got it spot on. People pay to go to these things because they're curious. They want to know, they want to learn, they want to maybe find out. No doubt you get the odd one that wants to contact their dead auntie or something like that.
Yeah.
Have you had that before, you know?
We've had it, and I'll tell you what's happening a lot at the minute. No disrespect to anyone, but everybody seems to be psychic or a medium.
Well, I could go on a night about that.
You know, everybody seems to be a psychic and a medium at the minute who are coming on investigations.
Aye, that's I'll just say it's ex-friends of yours that used to be ways, you know, and they're as psychic as a cucumber when they were ways, you know. And since leaving, shall we say, they've all turned into mediums.
Right.
They must have just woke up and I'm a medium.
Yeah,
I'm a larger extra large, but I'm a medium.
Yeah, there's a lot of that. I'm not saying that they're not. I'm not saying that they are, but I've just noticed recently there is a lot of people who are claiming to be psychic and mediums.
I mean, I know people. It's happened to me. You know, I've been told I'm a sensitive and all the rest of it. There's times when I'll pick up. It happened during the week actually. One of Sarah's girls, Sarah used to work beside, and she's having activity, shall we say, in her house, and it was through WhatsApp, whatever Sarah was talking to, and I says to her, ask it. I says, it's a woman. Ask her if she's had any female relatives pass on recently, because I think it's a woman. And this lassie came back and says, I think it was her aunt or her gran passed away recently.
Right.
She was like, how did you know that? I said, I don't know. But there is sometimes where you feel something, you know, or something will pop into your head that just sticks with you. You know, it's not because you're psychic. It's maybe, do you think, this is my opinion, the more you investigate, the more your barrier comes down?
Yes.
You know, and the more that door opens. So you do tend to pick up on things. It's like quite loud and Kirk. I was standing around the cup one night and I knew there was a man standing behind me. I could near enough see him standing behind me with his arms folded, watching. And I says to everybody, there's somebody standing there. There's somebody right there beside me. It's just a feeling you get. But I know what you mean, that these people come in and all of a sudden they're all mediums. You know?
Yeah.
And they're all psychic. I say, no, you're not. That cucumber's more psychic than you are. But, and they just, I'm telling you, it's laughable, and I could rant all night about it because it gives us all a bad name. You know,
It does, as well as your TV and your YouTubes and investigators and that.
It makes us just out to be a load of carrot hunters, basically. You
Yeah.
know? And it's really no. That's how some people says to me, you know, I'm thinking of starting in the paranormal. What am I better watching? And I'll say to them, well, go to YouTube and watch smaller teams, or go to Facebook. Don't watch all these ghost programs. Stay away from them. Watch smaller teams that have maybe just got 200-300 followers or something. Watch them, because that, you know, 9 times out of 10 they're kind of genuine. But as I was saying, you know, the people who pay to go to your events, they want to go, they want to experience it, they want to learn. And so the way you guys do it, I think that's spot on way to do it. This is, you know, there's a K2, there's a REM pod. Off you go.
That's it. And like we say, even if we're doing public investigations and things like that, people who've never done it, you know, we will go with them. We will say, right, this is how you use it. This is what it detects. You know, we'll probably stay with them for what, an hour. Then after that, I'll just go, right, off you go on your own. Go on, you're all right. If you get scared, shout.
That is the best way to do it. You know, because I know if I was to pay £20 or £30, whatever it is, to go to an event, and I'm standing there just watching this team playing with their bits, that sounds bad, doesn't
it? Depends what event you've gone on.
Well, obviously, it sounds like the wrong one and going the wrong bus. Using this is going to sound using their equipment. You know what I mean?
Yeah, watching them play with the bits and equipment.
I'd be like that, you know, stuff this. I'm getting him, you know.
That's it. And there's so many, should we say, big companies doing it.
And sometimes the math, as you say, you don't make any money out of it, which is the right way to do it. This other team I was talking about, you know, they did an event in a place that you're going to in Scotland that you've been offered to do, shall we say. I'm not going to name it, but we mentioned it earlier on. And we looked at it, and the price of the location charges to the price that this team was charging. They were charging per person nearly double.
Yep.
And so you think, where does the rest of the money go?
In their back pocket.
You know, that obviously, I mean, all right, it's all right covering yourself a fuel if you're traveling a big distance. You know.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah, but I mean, we've been to investigations where it's £70 a person. And they've got 60 people in there.
That's over £4,000.
There you go.
Aye. Over £4,000. And then the venue might just cost 1,000.
Yeah.
I think,
and
right, where's the other?
And then you think, then you get, right, I'll stand here and watch you guys investigate. No, we're experienced. You know, piss off. No, I don't need to be babysat. I know what I'm doing. No, I've got to stay with you. Right, then once it starts getting active or something happens, right, go on, move on to your next area. What? What do you mean? Move on to my next area. You've got 20 minutes in each area. What?
No, that to me, that's, see, we don't do events, and I've never been to an event as yet, pardon me. So I'm not exactly 100% how they work. I've got a rough idea, you know, how they work, but no, somebody used to say to me, right, you can do 20 minutes here, I don't know, get stuffed, you know.
Yeah.
We paid to use your venue, and that's what
Yeah.
we're going to use your venue.
Yeah.
And as you say, if the activity starts, you know, ramping up, then you've got, you know, jobs worth in the corner. Right, time up, guys, let's go.
Mhm.
Fuck off.
Yeah,
You know,
that's right.
you give duct tape in a cupboard would come in handy. Where's my tour guide? You'll find him in that closet over there. You better
Yeah.
take scissors because he's wrapped it heated on duct tape. When they shut up. I mean, the spirits would enjoy it, I know. Seeing somebody getting wrapped up in duct tape.
Yeah, I think they'd be wondering what's going on.
Well, shh, go and get Mavis upstairs. Tell her to come down. Go to see this. But I mean, I think spirits, same said. I've always said the only thing we don't take away is as a body. Thank God, because I put on a wee couple of pounds. Don't fit me in a box, you know what I mean? And but I think the spirits enjoy a laugh as well.
Oh yeah, well, yeah, they've got to. You know, some of them play jokes, and you know, when you ask them to do something and they do the opposite, and then you ask them to do something over there and they'll do it somewhere else, and then you find out it's a child or something. And
as you say that, that with the lift, the wee boy, we used to say he was near ripping it at you. You know, what is this? But press that one, as kids tend to do, and that's how I think. Yeah, you get these teams. No doubt you've seen them and all, and they talk all scientific and all the rest of it during investigations. And you know, I don't know if you do that. I don't know if you do that, and I do apologise, but I think that should all be banned. Just talk normal.
Yeah.
You know, maybe the odd wee swear word here and there, stuff like that. You know, just be human, basically.
That's it. And once you go through your evidence or your footage or whatever, then you can start adding your scientific side of it to it. You know.
No, we don't. We just we're intelligent, and I'm not saying our team's thick by any means. The side. It's like I've never understood the scientific side, and I'm not embarrassed to admit it. I'm a thick Glaswegian. You know what I mean? End of story. Basically, anybody knows me will confirm that. You know, and we did an investigation at Loudon once, and we got asked, "Are you ghosts?" It was quite clear, a clear sentence. In fact, it was with Rosie Cardy. Rosie Cardy, "Are you ghosts?" Now we've never been asked that at all, and the word ghosts rather than spirits. So we were I was on a live, and we were talking about it, and one of the girls who usually comes out of the live, she's right on the scientific side of it, and she started talking about, well, maybe that was investigators from the future investigating you. Well, yous are investigating people from the past.
Yeah.
And that went whoosh. That was at the door. That was in the carport. That whoosh. I was like, what? What? So somebody for the future is us talking to us.
Yeah.
And we're talking to people for the past.
Yeah. People think it happens.
What's your thoughts on all that parallel? I'm not saying it doesn't exist. You know,
I think there's different layers. I do believe there's different veils, and there's different, like say, past, future, present, people investigating us. I don't know, but I'll say what, if someone is investigating me, I will be throwing their REM pods and everything. I will be winding them up.
when it's your time to go and we come back, I rip it, rip the thingy right out of the.
Yeah.
So well, nobody done this to me when I was alive, so I'm going to do it now. I'm going to,
That's it. Oh yeah, I'll be making people run out of everywhere. Me
touching them up and stuff like that, pulling their ear.
Yeah.
I don't mean touching them up, as in, I mean.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
That,
pulling their ear off. No, I'd be the one like tying the laces together.
Aye, that'd be a good one. Or just going up behind them and going, and then or blowing in their ear.
Yeah.
That was, you know. I mean, your Laura, I think she's away in bed, I know, but she got her bum felt at Alloway Cup with a canvas camper, you know, the cheap folded down camper chairs you get. She was in one of them, and she went, oh, somebody grabbed her tushy bait, you know, underneath. So I sat in it. I was there for about 3 hours. I was right home. I was still sitting on it at 2 in the morning or that. Come on. Not one touch. I'm in the house with you. Where are you? I'm still in Alloway Cup, still hoping for a. No,
maybe it's the same people who didn't want to talk to you last time.
you start to take it. I don't take it personally. It's, you know, it's the way spirit is, and there's nothing we can do about it. Maybe because you know, no doubt you've done locations that you've had to get back a few times, and then the events will start to come through to you.
Yeah.
You know, once they recognise your face and how handsome we really are and stuff like that, you know. The eye candy, and got to talk to him.
Yeah, you know? That's why I never get spoken to.
I was going to say then I walk in like that, forget it. Never mind, Mavis. We're back up the stairs. Says eye candy, maybe like a toffee apple. Never meet.
That's it.
But it's all good fun, isn't it? You still have a laugh and a joke as well. Some people say, you know, just for a wind up, you shouldn't laugh and joke in investigations. Have you ever had that?
If someone told me that, I'd totally ignore them. You've got to have a laugh and a joke. You've got to have some sort of fun as well.
People say you shouldn't laugh, and you say, why not? Spirit enjoys a laugh the same as we do. You know, and I've watched some videos on YouTube where they'll just go and, is anybody there? Come forward, make yourself known. Either in a Hammer horror film or something. I mean, make yourself known to me. You know, my name is Sebastian. The spirits don't give a toss, you know. The other thing before you get it, obviously, I don't know if you've seen this or no, but I say it quite a lot, is when you get people investigating and they'll hear something or they'll hear, you know, they'll see something and they run away and hide behind the wall. You ever seen that?
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. On our Facebook page, we were at the Haunted Museum, and we had a team in, and they run away from the dead bell because it rang in the chapel, and they ran off, and they all ran all the way down the stairs to come and find me and Sarah to say what happened. But obviously we've got CCTV everywhere. We were watching live, and we've actually put Benny Hill music to it, and we've put it on Facebook. It is on our page and the Haunted Museum's Facebook page. You want to watch it? It's hilarious.
I'm going to make a note of that. You know.
Yeah, it happened. I think was it Saturday night, not last night, a week ago.
I'm going to watch that.
They're the one. I actually showed them the live replay of what happened, and there was nothing there to ring the bell, but that bell rang on its own, and they did shit it and run. But they said, "Oh, you should put Benny Hill music." This is their team telling me to do it. So then I spoke to Craig, and we put it all together, and we asked their permission, obviously, if we can do it, because we don't want to just seem like we're taking the piss. And they were happy for it to go on, and so it has. But it is funny. It is funny.
I just think it's ludicrous. You know, I've watched that a few times, and that one team hid behind a wall, and I'm not joking. They went behind a wall, and you're sitting watching it thinking, do you think the spirit can't find you? Whoever's there, you're behind a wall. Where did they go? Do you know what I mean? And they think they're invisible. Shh, 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 they'll hear you. You know, it's probably that. watching you. I'm right here, you know. And it's like going fishing and catching a fish, but throwing it. Oh Jesus! I throw it back.
Yeah. Oh, don't like touching that.
Aye, God, a fish, you know, put
Yeah.
it back in the water, and you think, all right. I mean, I've watched the investigation where we get a sudden bang and people jump. Fine, you know. But it's when you start running away and screaming, "Oh my God!" You know, prepare for the rapture and all that kind of stuff. You know, think,
Yeah.
the spirits are probably. Where are you going? You know,
You've
came
just
here to
asked me
talk
to make a noise. You've just
Ah,
asked me to do it.
You asked me to throw a stone. I did. Where are you? Forget it. It's just so ridiculous. But that's the other reason I love the paranormal, because of all the I was going to say ups and downs. It's no ups and downs. All the different things that happen in it, and the funny times and all the rest of it. It's just, as we say again, time and time again, we always say this, you just never know.
Yeah, that's it.
And we've all been investigations and we've had a good laugh, you know, and no evidence but a good laugh. And you come home and you say, well, you know, we still had a good night, even though we got nothing. Who's to say the spirits haven't been standing there laughing with you? You know, but they've just no wanted to talk, but they're the same kind of frame of mind as yourselves, you know what I mean?
That's it.
I've just noticed the time, buddy. I want to bring you back again. Definitely. Preferably before Christmas. But I'll keep a hoddy after we go after for a wee second. So where can people find the Boo Brothers?
Our main place now is Facebook. So we've got the Boo Brothers profile, which is the main one where all our evidence, videos, events are posted on that one. So yeah, just follow the Boo Brothers on Facebook, and all our stuff will be on there for all to see, especially that video.
You need to watch that video, folks. You need to get a wee watch. I'm going to be watching it. I need to,
it was posted on the 6th of October.
Give it a wee. That's only eight.
A week ago.
8 days ago.
Yeah.
So I say I'll keep a hold of you for a wee second every time off, buddy. So a big thanks to Lee for coming in for the Boo. We're going to give him a look up. As just told you, everywhere you can find them. And watch that video because it will be funny. And you will be seeing Lee again because we ran out of time basically, folks. So I do apologise for that. I don't know, maybe I talk too much. I don't know.
Or maybe I do.
I mean, I've seen this before. I know we're winding up, but there we go again. You know, I was Dominique and John. I was talking to us about you see some shows and people going and the guests don't talk. Well, they talk. Your basic stuff, you know, iron lancers, that kind of crap. And it's just monotonous. It's just flat lines, you know. And so you want a guest to come on and you want them to talk.
Yeah.
You know, same as you want the host to talk as well, because it'd be pretty crap if I just sat here. You know, you're really pretty stupid, my man, let's be honest. But, what was I saying? So we'll get him, but he's over there. He's not there. You go there, you're in my kitchen. You're here. I'll do my dishes. My dishes are done. But anyway, so he will be back on, hopefully before Christmas, before the fat man in the red suit. And I'm not being fascist when I say that. I've nothing against chubby people. As you can see myself, I'm here on the poundage. So we're back on Wednesday night with Elizabeth Goff, the history gal here. I will look up TikTok. We're going to be talking about the Tudors and stuff like that. And Lee's really interested in it.
I am actually, yeah.
See, told you. That's me being psychic. Because during the last year and a half, I've suddenly became a medium. You know what I mean? I wish the hell I was a medium. Fit any minute in my clothes. I mean, but we'll say good night, folks, and look these guys up, and we'll see you on Wednesday night as well. All right. Cheers, and out. Bye. Bye.